30,000 RMB with a limited quantity of 10 phones ever produced. Let's look at the Xiaomi Leica 12S concept phone. Full disclaimer, I'm not sponsored, and no, I don't actually have the phone given its limited quantities, but I will be showcasing you all the specs that I've found as of today. I will be referencing a lot of the videos that I found today in a Chinese channel. Given it's Chinese, I will be giving you the gist in English so you can better understand what this concept is all about. It's all in the link, so if you want to check it out, go check it out. So, Xiaomi has claimed that to produce one of these units, it costs just around 30,000 RMB, which at today's exchange rate is just over 40,000 US dollars. And what do you get in the box? Well, you get the phone, of course, and a Leica lens with an adapter. Pretty basic setup. So the lens itself, it's around $4,000, $5,000, depends on where you buy it from. So it's not a very expensive, relatively speaking, lens compared to the actual production cost of this whole unit, which is 40,000 US dollars. And being a concept, you are gonna pay a hefty premium on top. So the phone is equipped with two Sony IMX 989 sensors. Okay, so one sensor is used for everyday photos from your phone, and if you were to equip the Leica lens, then you're using the main 1-inch sensor right in the center of the phone. On the right hand side, you do have the Snapdragon 8 Plus, so that's unchanged from the Xiaomi 12S. But looking at the demo, the center 1-inch sensor is actually elevated a little bit higher versus the original 1-inch sensor. So I'm actually quite surprised that they've actually kept the thickness of the phone or the bevel at the back relatively the same. Now, to keep the sensor dust-free, the complete housing is covered by a layer of sapphire, which is great, but it is an extra piece of material between your sensor and your lens. So any kind of material is going to degrade your quality, but to be honest, I think it's better having that than having nothing at all. In terms of quality, I don't think it's going to affect that much unless you're pixel peaking, but I do have one concern. It looks like the sensor is always exposed to outside reflection, sunlight, etc. So if you're in certain situations where the sensor is exposed, say to laser or anything that's damaging to the sensor itself, it might have an effect. So I don't know how they're going to combat that. I mean, it is a concept. Maybe they'll have a cover or something like that, but we would have to see. Now, out of the box, it does come with a protection ring around the housing, and you need to twist this to expose the actual housing for the adapter. The adapter is made specifically in-house by Xiaomi, and that works with any Leica M series lens. So you can use any kind of lens that you have already and then just adapt it onto your phone. And of course, housing has to be very well secured. So looking at the demo, you can see there are 4 holes, and I believe that's for securing the actual housing itself. Now, the lens that comes in the box is the Leica M series 35mm f1.4. On a 1-inch sensor, if my math is correct, I think it's a 2.7 crop, which equates to roughly 95mm. So you're getting a telephoto lens for that package. It is a manual lens, so you will need to manual focus. But I think that's the whole overall experience of shooting with a Leica. You're manually focusing on your subject, you're framing your shot to a degree that you're perfectly satisfied with, and then just clicking, hearing the aperture blades closing and revealing that final shot. The menu system in the phone looks very similar to the Leica, and it does have peaking assist, so when you do get the shot right, this is what it looks like. I think it looks amazing. I don't think you can tell this is shot from a phone. The depth of field, the bokeh, the separation from your subject and your background, very crispy clean, and then of course the flares as well. Ergonomically, well, non-existent. This is a phone and it is a concept of its very early stages. So, you've got the lens on itself and you've got a very flat phone, so you've got no grip whatsoever, and you're supporting the whole thing with your left hand and clicking and shooting. So the overall experience, it's something lacking, but I think this is a very good direction where Xiaomi is heading. And for the overall consumer, I mean, Xiaomi is a good company when it comes to marketing, right? Concept ideas has always been something companies use to portray where they stand and where they're heading. And being Xiaomi a public company, Xiaomi has always compared their camera system to say iPhone in their launch events. So I think this is where they're heading next. You know, previously Xiaomi had the Mix line, so Mix 1, Mix 2, at the Mix Fold, you know, all of which phones wasn't very everyday practical, right? But it really showcased what the company is focused on and where they're headed and their innovations. And that's what concept idea is all about. I think it's great for the consumers. It's great where this is heading. I mean, think about it. Maybe in the near future, we would have something that's able to be shooting 10-bit or even 4K, 8K. And all you have to do is attach a lens and you're able to shoot something that's usually done on a traditional compact camera. And I can't wait for that to happen. You know, obviously this isn't for everyone. It's for the filmmakers out there. It's for maybe people like you and me. It's for people who likes to tinker, to modify, to manually adjust their tech, their cameras, right? And then be rewarded for that end result. So I think this is great. Now, that's it for me this week. If you want to see more first-hand Chinese tech reviews, unbiased, unsponsored, honest reviews, feel free. I will have something very soon as well for you. I'm George. Until next time, peace.